I call now the Minister of Justice of Uganda.
Members of the Supreme Council of the Judicial Power, the Honorable Minister of Justice of the Kingdom of Morocco, President of the Public Prosecution, organizers of the conference, delegates from different countries and governments, ladies and gentlemen, I take this opportunity to laud the organizers of this great informative conference and to commend your effort for continued efforts in availing us a platform for profitable discussions and enlightenment on topical issues affecting us. I must congratulate the people and government of Morocco for inviting us to this great conference and for the hospitality accorded so far. The theme of the conference is very timely. There is an undeniable emerging body of evidence that strongly points to specific linkages between the rule of law, constitutionalism, and economic development. We must maximally utilize the components of justice and the law under the national, regional, and international legal framework to stimulate attractive business climate and investment incentives for sustainable development of our nations and people. I believe that by the end of the conference, we'll all be motivated to set and take to witness a new and fresh legislative, regulatory, judicial, and governmental measures and reforms geared at incentivizing private and foreign investment and creating better opportunities for the business expansion and economic development in our countries. Despite the many challenges in my country, Uganda, we've already set out on this path, and I will leave you with some of the steps taken in this light. The very recent enactment of the new Investment Code Act. This act aims at reviving and modernizing investment regulation. It further empowers the Uganda Investment Authority to pragmatically facilitate investors and deal with investment issues. The Uganda Investment Authority now is a one-stop center for coordinating promotion, facilitation, and monitoring evaluation of investments and investors. We are now experiencing increased interest and inflow of foreign direct investment. The Uganda Registration Services Bureau has embarked on a robust legal and administrative reforms by implementing structural changes in its business facilitation institutions like the Uganda Registration Services, and it's a statutory body that registers all companies and businesses. The structural adjustment includes establishing a one-stop center together with the Investment Authority. Uganda now ranks very high in the ease of doing business global industry. The simplifying of our business creation and expansion procedures has been a critical determinant for the upside of both foreign and domestic businesses looking to set up shop in Uganda. The legal frameworks have been implemented in the field of business licensing, acts or regulations to ease, facilitate attainment of business licensing, and this is distributed over different sectors, including the mining, oil and gas, manufacturing, financial services, health and nutrition, ICT, media education, water and sanitation, environmental protection, employment, labor and industrial relations, professional services, agriculture, tourism, wildlife, trade, commerce, and cooperation, transport, logistics, housing, and energy, among others. We've enacted the Free Zones Act to attract investment in free zones, and incentives therein include total exemption from import duties and raw material used and processed within the free zones, provision of land, attendant infrastructure and services such as water, power, internet to innovators at no cost, and act also to establish free zones authority, which is mandated to oversee the free zones and ensure investment in free zones are fully facilitated and in accordance with the law. My government has fully embarked on alternative dispute resolution mechanisms as a quick way of resolving investment disputes, business and trade related. We enacted an Arbitration and Conciliation and Reconciliation Act and established a Center for Arbitration. This center is charged with facilitating arbitration hearings. We all know that arbitration is a quicker way and more conciliatory and conducive to resolving commercial disputes. We recently had the honor of signing a statutory instrument to allow for the establishment of a private sector-led platform for arbitration called the International Center for Arbitration Mediation in Kampala. It's the first private sector-led institution dedicated to achieving and advancing alternative dispute resolution in Uganda and across East Africa. ICAMEC is focused on delivering the benefits of world-class alternative dispute resolution to investors, businesses, professionals, governments, and communities alike. Concentrating on a broader and traditional court system, the Commercial Court was established as a specialized division of the High Court of Uganda, devoted to hearing determining commercial disputes, with current jurisdiction established in the Constitution. The mission of the Commercial Court is to deliver to the commercial community an efficient, expeditious, cost-effective model of adjudicating disputes that effectively affect directly and significantly the economic, commercial, and financial life of Uganda in order to achieve its mission. The court has a number of objectives: to make legislation faster, cheaper, fairer, and more accessible to commercial community, to help attract investment in Uganda, to develop and introduce commercial-friendly rules of court and encourage the use of settlement methods including negotiation and mediation, to improve court performance through applying modern case management and modern technology. I'm also happy to report that we're in the process of enacting a law referred to as the Administration of Justice Act, with the main purpose of ensuring independence of the judiciary, financial and otherwise. We believe self-regulating judiciary will go a long way to ensure investor confidence in our court system. So it's important to note that the safety and security of key investments when the current government came to power were challenges with security in the country. However, the government has dealt with insecurity. As far as national security is concerned, I can confidently say that our country is secure and safe. Indeed, from abroad, the 2000 investor confidence has grown, and we are seeing increased entrepreneurship, business growth, expansion, and because of stable government. Conclusion: we have registered numerous qualitative and quantitative improvement in investment in our country, and I believe that this success has been achieved through the efforts taken in utilizing the legal regime and the justice institutions are driven as a driver of development. A clarified yet extensive investment incentives regime has been put in our primary focus in existing laws, regulations, and policies. Certainty surrounding the legal rights and obligations raises risks for investors, therefore affecting the cost of capital and reducing investment opportunities. Uganda's introduction of a fair, transparent, clear, and predictable legal and regulatory framework for business and investment has been a critical determinant for favorable investment and business decisions. I encourage all distinguished delegates and your countrymen and to procure your government and business class to invest in Uganda. I once again thank the Kingdom of Morocco for inviting me for the hospitality and facilities rendered to my delegation. Thank you for listening.